Hey, Force Energy, everyone, Country Rod. Just want to make a quick video and record my screen. And I'm going to show you exactly my last conversation, which is about dieting, right? Because in this community, the only thing everyone wants to talk about is being a vegan. And it feels like everyone is hopping on a bandwagon of being a vegan, be a vegan, being a vegan, be a vegan, and not actually studying what their blood type needs. Because, yes, you can eat vegetables all you want, but you're going to lose a balance of nutrition in your body that you need. And you need to know what that is. And if you're not properly doing this in a safe way, you can hurt yourself. So that's what I'm saying. You can do vegetable dieting, but knowing your blood type does matter. It really does matter. And there's a lot of people that don't know it. And you should know it because, one, if you ever get into an accident and you need blood, you know your blood type. Well, the doctors know your blood type. The hospitals, they can find out. But it's always good to know because, hey, you're there. Your friend may need some blood or someone you see may need some blood. You know your blood type, you can help. Old bloods are very. It feels like I'm meeting a lot of old bloods. They say it's coming, but it is you're the original donor. You can basically give to everyone. Doing so, knowing you can give to everyone, you are able to eat meat and vegetables. So this is something right here I was looking at. But here's a video. I want to see if I can get this video to record or to properly record. And I'm going to play this video right here. This is a 10-year-old video. So let's start from the intro.
Nursing at Rassmussen College, Stephanie Yackley. Hi, Stephanie. How are you? Thanks for coming today.
I'm good. Okay, so what is this whole thing? I mean, you hear all the fad diets. You're a nurse, and you say there really is something to this blood type diet.
There is, and now that finally summer is here, believe it or not, here in Minnesota. This diet is created by Dr. Peter Diadamo.
Okay.
And he claims that you should eat your food based on your blood type.
Okay.
Versus just eating what you enjoy.
And so what's the reasoning behind this? Why is your blood type important to what you eat?
Well, certain blood types have the digestive system works in a different way.
Oh.
So, for instance, there are 4 blood types: blood type O, blood type A, blood type B, and then blood type AB. So blood type O kind of has a slower metabolism. They have metabolic issues, and you tend to gain.
I'm an O.
Oh, man.
And you tend to gain weight much easier, and that's the most common blood type. So many people are blood type O.
Okay, so people relate to that. And so if you are an O, what should you be eating? What's best for you? You brought some examples, right?
I did. So I decided to have them cook up.
Now one thing she's not getting to negative or positive. That's a different conversation. But she just talked about the basic principle of having O blood, and yeah, we have a slower metabolism. So that's correct. I can tell because I'm I'm small. I've been a certain size through all my life basically, and and you don't really gain too much weight. You can eat and be full for long periods of time. So we can do fasting quite well.
Fish, go catch it in a lake.
Yeah.
Clean it up and grill it. That's right, once the ice is off. And that is high in protein.
Okay.
Then also I had a sweet potato, which has some potassium, which is good for your heart and your bones. And then roasted vegetables, which are high in antioxidants and help decrease the cholesterol.
And so,
Yeah, so this is my diet right here. This is what I like to eat. Basically, she have everything on the table that I'll eat. Of fish, I like to eat fish, not tilapia, but I do salmon or Simon. I call it salmon, but it's called someone said, hey, you're saying it wrong. Like I like to say salmon, but Simon. So salmon, tuna is probably my two fish I eat all the time. And and sweet potatoes, I actually have some sweet potatoes in my oven, which I need to go get right now. Actually, let me push pause. Okay, there we go. So yeah, now my sweet potato is out the oven. Yeah, so I'm basically eating a sweet potato with some fries. S- Some sweet, what's it called? No, sorry. Sweet potato, and I got some little beans on the side, right? That's what I'm eating right now. I would love some fish. I love fish. I love salmon, tuna, and white water. Just basically, as long as it's white water and it's not the deep drillers. I don't eat deep drilling fishes that basically cleans the ocean or eat poop or basically related to bugs. I don't do any of that. No oysters, sucking on oysters, slurping on oysters. This looks disgusting. I seen that video of the oyster girl at that date. She slurped down like 3, 4, 5 plates, thinking dude was gonna pay for it. It's disgusting. But no, uh, this is this is what a typical plate of mine will look like.
okay, one might argue this is probably looking like a healthy meal to me, no matter what your blood type is. So what particularly about for the O person?
The old person is supposed to stay away from dairy and grains.
Okay.
So the meats are easier for them to digest. So that's why this is different.
Okay.
All right, so she, according to her, she's saying, greens. What I'm going to say about myself is eating raw greens messes with my stomach. It basically acts as a detoxifier, so it just makes me run straight to the bathroom. So I know a lot of people's talking about eat raw greens, raw earth. It detoxifies me in a way where it just makes me run straight to the bathroom. And I never really have any substance inside of me to maintain a, you know, I'll be hungry. I'll be hungry afterwards. So I'll be craving for something. Same thing as with eating fruits all day. I can eat fruits and stuff all day long, but it will lead me into a detoxifying state of raw greens. But as far as vegetables, yeah, I eat beans, I'll be fine. You know, corn, just mix it up. Carrots, and all these vegetables are fine. Greens is what detoxifies me. So I was trying to. So if I feel like I need to detoxify myself from any hard metals, I'll just I'll do like a green fast for maybe 3 days. It'll detoxify me. It will not fill me up. Milk, when she said dairy, stay away from dairy, she's absolutely correct. It builds mucus inside of me, and I I just have a whole bunch of mucus, and I'll be blowing my nose all day long. So it's hard to get ice cream. I love ice cream, of course. It's ice cream. Who don't like ice cream? But it's hard to get ice cream because it's milk. So you have to get some sort of alternative. non-dairy milk, ice cream from the store. And from the store, you know how high expensive non-dairy ice cream is, because you can buy a big tube of dairy ice cream for $5, but then when you need to buy something a little bit more healthier, it's in a small tube, and they really get you like that. So you just have to learn how to make your own ice cream, which is not hard. It just takes some time to actually do it.
So blood type A has a really sensitive stomach.
Oh.
They have some restrictions.
Which
so,
one am I? I don't know.
Let's use reasoning and figure out by looking at the food types, and maybe we can figure out.
I don't know. Doesn't I need the pricker tester thing? Okay, so so what else about the A?
So they recommend a vegetarian diet for the blood type A.
Okay.
All right, so right here, this is why I said it's good to know, because when you speak to most people who are pushing straight veganism, they could be a blood type A because they benefit from this the most. They may feel full after doing this. Now, this is not to say this is just concrete 100% right, but I'm just saying, just looking into this, it makes sense. Those with blood type A should choose fruits, vegetables, tofu, which is not, it's not, it's made of soy, and soy is a whole different conversation as well. I know most people say they don't want to deal with soy because it's feminine. Too much soy makes your sperm not work right. I can't think of the right word, but basically, too much soy. However, end with seafood, turkey, whole grains, but avoid meat altogether. Most people don't put seafood and meat together. I put seafood and meat in the same category in a way, in a sense. I know that's how I look at it. In a way, I put it in the same type of category. But when people say meat, they think about pork and beef, and I stay away from that anyway. I don't do any pork at all. And when it comes to beef, I have not really been eating beef. I've just been doing fish. Blood type B, diverse diet including meat, fruit, dairy, seafood, and grains. So they're saying the blood type, you can mix all these up. You can be diverse. Blood type A should eat dairy, tofu, lamb, fish, grains, fruit, and vegetables. It does not include meats. So meats will be beef and pork. Lamb is considered very lean, just like turkey. Turkey is very lean. It's a very lean meat, turkey. Lamb is also very clean as well. Especially if you find someone who sells goat, who raise goat, that's a very lean, healthy meat. Not too much fat. Chicken, corn, buckwheat, kidney beans should be avoided for AB. So if you're an AB and you notice you get sick when you eat this type of stuff, that's something you need to be aware of. All right, so go ahead and continue here.
So I recommended some vegetables, which has insoluble fiber.
So compare that to the O, who they're not going to do as well with
the
grains.
grains, correct. And the insoluble fiber will keep us regular, which we all want to be regular.
That's
right?
very true. Yes, we do.
And then the green bean salad, which is high in vitamins A, B, and C. So it's a really high vitamin
Hold on, Will Craig. Let me make sure this is.
type.
All right, there we go.
That is kind of a
I
big
couldn't
thing
see
to
my
tell
timer.
somebody that just based on a blood type
Sorry. Let
they
me
should get
reward. Let me round that back.
You don't necessarily want to change your whole lifestyle.
Exactly. And before you start any diet, always check with your physician, no matter what. Eat foods in moderation. And you should try to eat foods that contain all of the food groups, which is meats, vegetables, fruits, grains, and dairy.
Okay.
So you should try to incorporate those.
Now, when she said this, you should try. That's a key word. You should try. She didn't say you need to. You should try every meat in all the categories to see what best suit you. So this is what this is all about. What I'm trying to show you is just make sure you choose the right group of food for your lifestyle, for your diet, for your blood type. You need to know all that because it's important. And I'm trying to find, yeah, right here. Before you start your diet, always check with your physician. And that's the main important thing right here. People who are in this conscious community, they only push vegan, 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 and don't know your medical history. You need to know that. That's important. So just check with a doctor. If you're really serious about wanting to do it, you can. But just check with a doctor about your medical history. So this is blood type B we're about to do. You can pretty much eat pretty much anything.
Anything you want.
Look at you. No wonder you love this.
I know. A green salad, which is bursting with the vitamins and minerals that we need. A little low-cal dressing makes it super tasty. And then some cottage cheese, which is low in calories and high in protein. And it has the dairy in there, too.
But these people tend to be gluten sensitive, is that true?
They sometimes can be gluten sensitive.
Okay.
Yep. But not everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's
So
important.
Elizabeth, I'm thinking we're just going to go with B for you then? That'll be your blood type?
Maybe.
Based on what
I
you
don't
see
know.
here?
What do you do if you're AB, and what do the positives and negatives have to do with?
Well, AB is the fourth blood type, which we don't have here, but it's a happy medium between the A and the B. Although they do recommend you stay away from chicken, pork, and beef, because that's hard to digest.
And this basically kind of all boils down to
All right, so she said A and B is like a mixture, but stay away from chicken. And I do know an AB, female, and she says chicken messes with her. She don't eat too much of it now. As she grew older, she don't eat too much of it. And that's mainly where it happens. That once you start to grow older, that's when a lot of the nuances start to come at you. So when you're younger, you're just eating everything, but then your cells start to slowly more break down, and this is when you start to really feel the health concerns. So
Obviously, we always want to recommend exercise. Again, in moderation, don't go crazy trying to slim down really fast. But Dr. Peter Diadamo claims that this will make you heart healthy, make you big and strong, and then also help you lose weight.
Well, we need to ask about
I
this.
know.
Of course, you've got this nice shirt
Oh,
on,
yes.
Stephanie. We haven't mentioned it yet, but
For National Nurses
I heart
Week,
nursing.
yep, we created these shirts.
Medical
I really
humor,
heart
Oh,
you guys are
nursing.
hilarious.
Yep.
And you gave all of our nurses here one of these
I
t-shirts?
did, yep.
now she didn't get into the negative. Now the host of the show did ask about negative and positive blood types. So let's see if I can find something here regarding negative and positive. Maybe not. Let's see. So what's the downside? It's a fair question since Some improvements were seen in people who adopted certain blood type diets. Eating based on your blood types require you to know your blood type and then follow a restrictive diet. Personal preference might be a problem. A vegetarian with type O may struggle to stay on the assigned diet, and people who love red meat may be disappointed to read that they have type A blood. So, recommended supplements are not cheap. So this is where I started my whole conversation with well, I didn't start my conversation with supplements. I put it in the chat on my post and about supplements. If you are like an O blood type and you're struggling to stay on one diet, is because just going straight vegan will leave you still hungry. Because if you eat a lot of greens, of course, if you eat a lot of greens, it detoxifies you. So you're supposed to mix it up. But I do see some people mindset thinks vegetarian is nothing but greens, but it's not. It's a mixture. And this never said you can't be. It just says that a blood type may struggle to stay on their assigned diet, which is true. But y'all just being truthful about it. Um, There's some other stuff too. Like some of these videos are old. Um, this guy trying to debunk it, but hey, everyone got their right to try to debunk stuff. It's all good if you want to try to debunk it or not. Blood type versus body type diet. There's different, there's different diets. If you can read down here. Here's something A plus. So here's the A positive. I tried eating vegetarian diet in the past. I had to stop due to bloating, brain fog, weight gain, and being constantly hungry. Fasting is easier, and that's true. See, so some people can't do that. A plus diet have been doing a lot of research, so eating more vegetables and seafood and a bit of whole grain and soy milk. I feel good. Fruit is kiwi and blueberries and pineapple. Yeah. Let's see what this guy talking about. Blood type B guide. Looks like he got a guide, so maybe he have other guides as well. If you're wondering what blood type B person should eat, then you should come to this right place. This guide will tell you everything you need to know about blood type B. After watching this guide, you'll be able to understand what a blood type B person should eat and make the good food choices for your own health. Wow, he have O type and A type. I tried the blood type diet and here are my results. All right. You see, what is this? Jeffery Butts DDS. And look like he is a doctor. Let me see. IG. He got an IG account. Is he a doctor? It'll make his credibility a little bit more better. Let's see. Here we go. So yeah, I found his page, and yeah, he is a doctor of dental surgery, owner of Kemp Creek Dental. Okay. Well, at least he's some sort of doctor, so I mean, it sort of counts. He took a picture with Chris Rock. Who's this? It's cool. All right. So yeah, if you want to check them out, go to this page, Jeffery Butts DDS. O blood type. I'm gonna look at the O blood type. Actually, let's see here. Let's
So I
actually.
tried eating for my blood type, and I feel pretty. I'm in dental school a long time ago. Overweight. I'm overweight. In dental.
Let's see. This was 10 months ago. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drop on a like. I like to do that if I'm gonna showcase someone's video. Alright, so this is what, 12 minutes? I don't want to make this too long of a video myself, but let's see.
Is so good for us is because the acid content in our stomachs is very high. And apparently, many things that an O blood type person can eat. One of them is meat. Now, I don't know if you should necessarily eat meat every day, but apparently the reason why meat is so good for us is because the acid content in our stomachs is very high. And when we break down the meat, which is connective tissue, we're breaking down the connective tissue parts. What makes the connective tissue, we break down into those particular amino acids that we can then take into our body and build our own connective tissue or other proteins or cartilage or bone or whatever we need to do with it. That is what I understand of an O blood type and why sometimes we need to eat meat. At time of this shooting, a friend of mine's mother passed. But mom, the mother passed at 100, almost 101 years old. Seems like a pretty good time to go. I'd imagine it seems like a pretty good time. But I had to ask, I had to be like, okay, what did your mother do? How did she eat? And here's what she said to me. I mean, this is just today. This is crazy. She said, Mom ate mostly vegetables. She ate mostly vegetables. She would have meat and chicken from time to time, but mostly vegetables. And morning was always grits, bacon, and eggs. Every morning for 100, almost 1 years. That's what her mother ate. I mean, is that the secret to life? Is it the grits?
Now see, now I heard something else with brother Panic. Brother Panic was talking about. Oh, I think it was probably Bobby Hemming, but he said one of those two. They was talking about someone who they knew passed away. They made it to old age, 98, 99, somewhere around there, and not passed away. Nah, I don't think he passed away, but he was basically talking to him, and he asked either Brother Panic or Bobby Hemming. He asked this man, "Hey, what type of diet you doing to make it this long?" The man said he just drink bourbon every day, something like that. He just been drinking bourbon, the elixir, the spirit juice. I think Bobby Hemming said that he was talking about this, but yeah, it's a lot of our older generation that live that are up in their 90s and stuff. They were not eating the best food. What most people would think is best food. They but somehow their body turned that into something for them. It's a spiritual, mental thing as well. I think Bobby Hemmett or talk about this too that most people who live on the street have better health than those who are inside of a home because those who can afford food they're buying a whole bunch of stuff that does not benefit them. If you're on the street, you're just trying to find something. You mainly will get some food that will be beneficial to you. You can go places and they'll cook you a nice meal. You're not eating constantly all the time. You just need to get a meal where you can, or when you can. Most times you're fasting. So yeah, so grandma over here eating grits, pork every single day. That's basically that's the meal for most people. They show that all the time in those commercials, no more than commercials. Grits, eggs, bacon, and a biscuit. So, not saying that's what you have to do, but it's amazing how you talk to someone older and they're younger folks are trying to find secrets to long life, and older folks they're just been drinking bourbon their whole life, or Jack Daniel, or they've just been doing grits, eggs, and bacon every single morning.
But I hope that I have my faculties and I can still do at least some or most or 80 or 99% of the stuff that I can still do now. Oh, I know I'm asking a lot, dear Lord. I am asking a lot, but I'm asking for that because I think it would be good. That's what I think. So, but we'll see. That's some years from now. That's we're not going to be there yet. But we're going to walk there. We're going to get there. Please, go slow. Drive slow, homie. Drive slow. When I changed my understanding of myself, the body chemistry is something that now I realize that I have to tailor or feed the body chemistry that's me. And I started researching. I mean, there's this book called Eat Right for Your Blood Type. I feel like the book kind of fell on deaf ears some kind of way. Some people have resurrected it and have a better understanding of how they should eat, and they feel better. They get less colds, they have less inflammation, less aches and pains and clickiness. That's what the people that are eating the blood type diet have said back to me. I had an interview with one of my patients who is an O blood type just like me, and she said that she is not eating meat, and she doesn't like to eat meat. She doesn't like the texture, the quality, the taste, the thought of it. Meat, she doesn't want it, but her not eating meat sent her to the hospital. And even in the hospital, they're like, you need more iron, you need more B12. And she just didn't have that because although she was eating a healthy, clean diet, she just didn't have any meat in her diet, and that made her heart race. And
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about right here too. So this is another thing to touch on. Once again, you want to eliminate one thing, but not following certain type of factors that it can lead you to a hospital, or losing weight, falling out, fainting, getting sick, over acid, your pH balance going off. You have too much acid in your body. So there's ways you can get rid of it without eating meat, but you have to know your blood type. So if you really strictly are against eating meat, you have to know your blood type so you know how to get rid of all this acid in your body. So I'm not gonna play all of it. You can go to his webpage, or you can go to his site. Hey, I just found this page, and it looks pretty interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe, boom, to his channel, real time, and then I'll subscribe to this too. Boom. I'll send him a message saying, "Hey man, I was making a video and I saw your channel and I like the content." Yeah, so yeah, man, y'all just know that if you're pushing this, just be aware of other factors, not just being hey, I'm a conscious person now and we can't do this. No, this another form of making a doctrine. You know, we're not making doctrines here. You're supposed to be free from doctrines, but now you're still stuck on a doctrine that you just created because you're conscious and you want everyone else to follow you. So that's all I wanted to say. Y'all hop on my page, Kachi Ron. Be sure to share this video out and send to others who are in this conscious state of mind as well, but with this vegan diet, okay? Not against it, just be aware of what your blood type is. Alright? Kachi Ron, try force energy.